But I have a hard time. It's so awkward. I've not done this in so long.
What's funny is the sign behind you. No parking on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
We're on the sidewalk right here. Parked right here. Got my ass parked right here. Yeah. Crazy country rebels. I'm good.
Let's wait till the horn quits blowing.
If it ain't one thing,
That'll be all you'll be able to hear is the horn blowing.
Well, I actually think that's a plus.
You think?
Yeah. Screaming police sirens, things like that, like we're fleeing from the law.
Oh, you might hear that in here.
It's like flashbacks from last night. Fucking Pops' car alarm kept going off.
Okay.
And then it was like getting quieter. I'm like, is he driving away with it?
When I got home, I said, oh, everything's cool. Get out of the car. Bam, it starts again. All the people asleep. Oh, hell,
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay, we're going.
Ready? Yep.
So I am MJ Hale. We are at Tripp's Tavern. This is Stephen Busie. It is bike night, and Stephen's gonna be playing for us tonight here in just a few minutes. Actually, just want to ask him a few questions first because it just be nosy. So, how long have you been playing?
Well, they put a guitar in my hand when I turned 2, and I'm 32, so 30 years. But no, not really. No, I probably started seriously pursuing it when I was about the age of 10, and so since 10 years old, I've really just been going strong.
What else do you play besides guitar?
A little bit of keys and bass, but my favorite instrument is guitar. Yeah.
And so your band is?
The Stephen Busie Band. Yeah, that's a funny story behind that. Last year, we've been together. This past weekend marks 1 year of us being together.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Anniversary.
We were getting ready to play the Cornbread Festival, and I had played the previous year with another blues band, and they contacted me, hey, we want you to play again. So we're like right up on the time for them to start advertising for this festival, and they said, hey, you guys got to give me a band name. And we were sitting here thinking, tossing around names, and JC was like, man, just call it the Stephen Busie Band. Let's be done, So we did, and it stuck, and that's what it's been. So, that's it.
So are you playing the Cornbread Festival this year?
We did last weekend.
Oh, that's right. You just said that. So who is it that put a guitar in your hand first?
My Uncle James, he plays guitar. All of my uncles play guitar, and it's a kind of a family thing. And me and my brothers, all of us would play guitar, and kind of a musical family that we come from. So that's where it came from.
What's the first song you learned to play?
Probably the same song that everybody else learned, "Sweet Home Alabama." No, but "Sweet Home Alabama" was the first song I learned. I remember the B, C, and the G, hitting those notes, and just kind of playing that song for a few hours. Then I moved on to something else.
Tell me a little bit about your bandmates.
Okay, there's JC. He's a guitar player, very solid guitar player. JC Walker.
Yeah. You can speak.
I just know him from around.
But JC's a guitar player, great guy, phenomenal guitar player. I'm the oldest guy in the band. They're all a lot younger than I am.
Know that feeling.
But then there's Willie Harvey. He's our bass player. He's our sound guy also. We've also been doing some recording. He's kind of the brains behind that.
Where do you record at?
We have our own personal stuff that we can use.
Way to go.
And then our drummer, his name is Zach Pugh. He's from Dayton, Tennessee. He's a very solid drummer. Probably the best drummer I've ever played with. Very glad to have him on board with us. And then recently we've added a keys player who is kind of finishing up some commitments with some other bands, and then he'll be a little bit more full time, I think, once we get going. But his name is Sean Tyler Southern. Y'all might know that name. played with several bands around here, Chattanooga area. Very talented, very talented. Picks up anything he puts his hands on. He's
That's how you know
good.
I haven't sold my soul yet, because I'm not doing just that. What kind of strings do you use?
I use the for my electric on my Strats. I use the heavy top skinny bottoms, Ernie ball, and then for my acoustic guitars, I like the Diodario, the bright strings that the Diodario has.
How long do you practice, like individually and collectively? How often?
Individually, like just me sitting and practicing, most of my practice is around songwriting and writing new music, and then, or if we need to learn a new song, I need to learn my part, I will, sit and practice. But playing 2 to 3 gigs a week, there's
That
not
is
really
practice, yeah.
a lot of time for practice right now. So we might practice, before a big show or before we're going to record, and just kind of really tighten up on some things as a group. But we haven't had many practices, just a few.
You do the practicing at home. You do the rehearsal when you get together.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's,
Yeah.
do your damn home.
Do you do?
Do your damn homework.
Do your homework.
Do you
Yeah.
teach music?
No, I don't. I do not teach. My kids all love music, and once they get a little bit older, to where I have the patience to teach them, I think that I'll enjoy teaching them to play music. But as far as like setting up a shop and teaching people to play, I just don't have the interest or care to do that.
How do you balance music and family?
Sometimes the scale's a little bit tipped, and I have to kind of keep myself in check. It's hard. Luckily my family's very supportive of what I'm doing, and they really encourage me to go do what I love and to pursue that part of who I am and what makes me happy. So
That makes me happy to hear that.
yeah, it really is a good thing. Like I said, it's very hard to balance. I miss out on some things that I really wish that I didn't have to miss out on, but at the same time, what really makes me fulfilled is doing what I love.
Yeah. If it's something you love, you never have to work a day in your life.
Yeah.
I decided years ago that I was going to stop doing things that weren't at least purpose adjacent.
Yeah.
Life is much different now. So, have you had any real rock star feeling type moments yet? Like,
Yeah, like one of the things that was pretty cool, let me see, just recently, where it kind of just really just sunk in and was like, hey, this is real life, I got invited to come up to Nashville and record an acoustic EP in a studio there in Nashville, and
what studio?
it was the SAE, which is the sound audio engineering, and so we get in there, and I'm thinking, my brother-in-law takes me up there, and I'm thinking, this is probably just like a little guy who has his own setup, Well, we get there, and it's like the full thing, real studio, just different rooms, We get in there, he's got this big $50,000 console, and he says, hey man, come here, look, this is Whitney Houston's old personal board that she owned. This is cool. You're gonna record your EP on the same board, so that's pretty cool. And that's still being mixed and mastered right now. I've been kind of communicating with him through phone on.
What's it going to be called?
I'm really thinking it's going to be called the Roots EP, and it's kind of just taking my songwriting and my me as a musician back to what my roots are, and I kind of started this whole journey with just me and an acoustic guitar. So it's a real stripped down, I guess, plain, if you will, just version of the songs that I've written, and it was kind of a one mic, one take thing. We sit down and we talked about it. Yeah, and raw, yeah. We sat and talked about it a little bit before we got ready, and I was like, I just really want this to be like, I don't want it to be clean and perfect. I want it to be like me up on a stage with a microphone, and I really feel like that's where my music flows the best at. So I just kind of wanted to be able to put that experience on a CD for somebody.
Dig that. Dig all of everything you just said. And
What I
do
said
get
about
memory
music is like people, not computers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have any advice that you give to nervous novices
Nervous novices.
as far as stage performance?
Have fun. Uh, you know, it's not really. I've never really been one to get nervous. I'm such a laid back guy, and but I know people do get nervous. It's a real thing. So I guess my advice to them would just be kind of have fun, loosen up. You know, people are here. They want to hear your music. Put on a good show for them.
Who does your cover art for your?
I do.
You do.
Yeah, I do all the artwork and logos and things like that. Man.
Usually, creative people are.
Yeah.
Usually, artists bleeds over. What's the strangest thing that a fan has ever said to you?
Strangest thing that a fan has ever said to me. I don't know that I've had any like people say anything that just was really weird. I've had a few things happen that was really weird.
For example,
One girl, when we played at this place in Madisonville, Tennessee, she was there the whole night. It was St. Patrick's Day, this past St. Patrick's Day, and she friended me on Facebook. She writes, hey, every day. I just kind of I try to not engage too much through Messenger and things like that. And it was weird. She sent my wife a friend request, and so that was just kind of weird. But I guess nothing really crazy and weird has happened yet, and hopefully I can keep dodging those bullets.
hopefully it's all amusing
Yeah.
and not, not malicious. So, you got a hold of that DeLorean and Flux Capacitor and Plutonium. What shows would you go back to see? 3 of them.
For Back to the Future.
Yep.
Let's see. Shows that I would go back to see of anyone.
Anyone, any kind.
I would probably want to go see the John Mayer Gravity, not the Where the Light Is concert. And I think that would be a cool one to see.
Where was that held at?
Chicago, I believe. I don't know. I definitely want to go back and catch some Stevie Ray Vaughan. I never got to see him again in live. And I'm torn. There's so many.
No Hendrix? God,
Yeah, Hendrix.
Hendrix.
And,
I saw Hendrix. Down low.
I don't know. It's just too many.
So if you could
Some Grateful Dead, really would love to see some Grateful Dead. I don't know which exact show it would be.
well, yeah, it doesn't, not necessarily shows, but
Yeah.
artists is more what I was fishing for there. So, 3 artists, alive or dead, that you could tour with next week.
Next week.
I mean, of
Definitely,
course, they will be.
definitely Stevie Ray Vaughan, John Mayer, and probably, well, I'd kind of like to hang out with Busie King for a while. That would be pretty
Solid.
awesome. So,
John Mayer, he does that song "Heart of Life," doesn't he?
part of, I think he does have a song like that. He's got so many songs.
That one's special.
I'd have to put Willie Nelson in there just because obviously I'd like to smoke weed before we go.
And again and again
Again
and
and
again
again.
and again.
Really.
Well, I guess we're gonna wrap this up and let you get in there and play.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Where can the people find you?
On Facebook right now and Instagram. My Facebook is the Stephen Busie Band, and you can look it up under the at Stephen Busie Music on Facebook.
Any
And
upcoming shows you want to tell them about?
I should have had that out, but we have tomorrow night. I will be in Tunnel Hill at the Blue Street Cafe doing another acoustic set.
I know what that sound.
We're playing some private parties coming up, and then we've got. May. Oh, we're playing at the Harley Davidson thing in Chattanooga on May 12th. So we've got every weekend filled up. You just kind of have to go in there and pick out what's close to you.
So I think it's gonna be a great show.
Yeah.
See y'all next time.
Thank you.
It ain't over till late. Y'all to come out here.
Yeah.
Good.